Alright, so now let's see an example. Let me create a class called Dominoes. Okay, and I'm checking on the static void main. And let me create a method called public void calculate bill, and we will pass the parameter inside like something normal rate. Okay, this will be the normal pizza rate, and we'll print something in this method like uh, Dominoes bill rate is, we will call this normal rate here. Okay, so this is a simple method I have created, and now let me try to copy the same method here, and I'll try to change this as some advanced rate or something. Will it allow? No, it will not allow, because it will only check the arguments for during method overloading. Okay, so if it is, then first it will go and check whether method name is similar, and then it will go and check whether the arguments given in the methods are different. Okay, so if you change this to a string, then it will allow, then it will not having any issues. If you change it to int, see, in the error itself you can see duplicate method of int. So if it is an integer data type, then it will throw an error. Okay, and if you have multiple arguments, say we will have like a normal rate here, and here something like double cheese rate. So I feel hungry, so let's give something like double cheese rate. Okay, so if the customer orders with double cheese, then it will come to this method. If it is a normal pizza, then it will go to this method. So something like that we will keep it, and here we will do a simple calculation. Total amount equal to normal rate plus cheese rate. Okay, and let's pass this total amount in the print statement. See, now it has two arguments, so it will be able to identify this method whether it is passed with one argument or two arguments. Let me create another method now. Public. Okay, let's copy this and paste here. It will throw an error because now the integer and integer are similar in the arguments. Okay, so let us pass another argument here like extra toppings extra toppings rate, and let us add this one to this total amount here. Okay, so see, you have three methods with the same name, but based on the arguments it will able to identify the which method the compiler should call. Okay, so this is called as an method overloading. Okay, and if you have this it is static, and I'm creating another non-static method. Okay, that doesn't bother, it will only check whether the method name and the arguments are similar. If it is similar, then it will throw an error. Okay, it doesn't check whether it is static or non-static. Okay guys, and let's change this to non-static itself, and we will create an object here, Dominoes obj equal to new Dominoes obj dot, see, throws everything. Okay, and you can give your values here. So if it is a normal pizza, just call the first method. If it is with double cheese, then call the second method. All right, and if it is with extra toppings, then call the third method. So in this way you can segregate your logics with same method name, but you can pass different arguments and you can maintain a method. Okay, so now if you run this program, so here you can see it goes to the first method. Okay, and here only one argument is passed, so it goes here and it displays this one here properly. And next one, it has two arguments. All right, it has two arguments, right? So I just passed with plus, sorry. Let us pass comma. Okay, we did a mistake while passing the arguments, but that's fine. See, now this goes here, and it calculates the amount in the total amount, and it is printing properly. And now this has three arguments, right? So it goes here and it calculates the total amount and prints properly. So in similar way, okay, so this is something like we have created. So for example, I will create a string here, string value or something, and using this value, let me call, see here. So this what I have said. If you come down, like substring is there, right? See, so this is called as method overloading. Okay, so they have created a method called substring in your string class, and you can have two integers. Either you can get the substring with the begin index, either you can get it with the begin index or end index. Okay, so this is how they create in real time, and we can also create it in our framework. Okay, and why it is compile time polymorphism? Because when you run this program, it will identify the methods based on this arguments. Okay, during compile time itself, it will identify. So the performance will be better when compared to overriding. So that is the point. Okay, it doesn't go still runtime. It will identify this method during the compile time itself. Even if you change it to static, right? If you change every methods to static, okay, change this to static, and it will ask you to call in a static way. So let's remove this one. If you run this program, it will work. Okay, so that's what we have said. See, it has called the methods properly, and overloads work in static method as well. This is one point we have mentioned in the picture. Okay, let me create another class file called Pizza Hut, and we will keep that as an child class or derived class for Domino's. Okay, so I'm creating another class called Pizza Hut, and let me change this. Okay, I have created now. Now let's call this method with three arguments, and we will put it here. See, it will not throw any error. So that's why I told this method overloading is belongs to the same class. Okay, in the same class only it will check whether the methods are with same arguments, similar arguments. If it is in different class, then it will not bother. Okay, and that is one point which we mentioned. And here, let me change to Domino's. Okay, so now Domino's is the parent class and Pizza Hut is the child class. Okay, and we will create an object for this pizza class now. Pizza Hut piobj equal to, and I have created an object. I will call this calculate bill with three arguments method here, and here you can see the Domino's things are getting displayed. Okay, and you can see the calculate bill with one argument, calculate bill with two arguments are called from the Domino's class. Okay, but here this method, since it is available in the Pizza Hut, okay, this three arguments method is available in the Pizza Hut, it is only showing the Pizza Hut method. This is called as an method overriding. Okay, so if I call this one, right, let me pass it as 300. So this will call the method from the Domino's class. But if I try to call this calculate bill with three arguments, okay, so this is also available in Domino's class, right? But it will override and it will only execute this method. So let me check. 100 some 50. All right, so we'll run this program now. See here, the first one it took from the uh, Domino's class. Okay, from here it took this method was running, and since it is a child class, it will be able to access, right, with that object itself. But here, if you see, it is taking it from this one. Okay, let me change this to Pizza Hut. I think that's why you are not able to see the difference. Let me change, and now you can see. Okay, it is calling this method. So this is called as method overriding. Okay, you will not be able to, if you create this memory allocation for the child class, then you will not be able to call the overridden method that is available in the parent class. Okay, so now let me create a reference for Domino's class here. Okay, and let us call this now. And here you can see now it displays everything for Domino's only. No objects or properties that are relevant to the Pizza Hut are getting displayed since we have created the reference for the parent class. Okay, so Pizza Hut related things, nothing is displayed here, but it is showing this method, three arguments method. Let me check this one, and I will change it to 250, 100, and 50. Okay, so let us run this one again now. See, it will call this method only. Even if you are creating a reference for your parent class and if you are executing this calculate bill method from here, it showed right, from here only it showed, but it got overridden because the same method is available in your child class, so it will get override. So this is the method overriding. Okay, and this is done through the runtime because method overloading compile time it has done, and it will identify when you run the program itself, but this comes when you create an object, this memory allocation will happen and then it will identify during the runtime. That's it, that's why it is called method overriding is a runtime polymorphism, and method overloading is an compile time polymorphism. So be clear with this concepts, it is very very important. Okay, and now let's create an memory allocation here for Domino's class, parent class itself we will do it. Okay, and let's change this to 450, and we'll run this program again. You can see Domino's bill rate. Okay, now it is not calling this method, it goes to the Domino's and it is calling this method. So based on the memory allocation, the overridden will get happen. Okay, so if you want to call this method, even if you have a similar method in your child class, and if you want to call the parent method, then you have to create a memory allocation for that parent class. Okay, so if you create for the child class, this what will happen. Okay, it will call only this one. Got it? So this is called as a method overriding. Okay, so I think you guys are clear. And one more thing we want to see here is if you change this to static. Okay, static, here you will get an error. So static, see here what is the error? Remove static modifier of Domino's calculate. So static and final methods cannot be overridden. So that is one point we have seen. See, the error is still available, remove final modifier. So this is the other point which we have seen in the PPT. Okay, now I have added a simple method here called pizza location. Okay, just I'm printing like location of Pizza Hut is RIR. So now we will not be knowing, right? If you one sees this Pizza Hut class, he will not be knowing which one is overridden method. Okay, either this one or this one. So for that, we will have another option like override annotation. You can mention. Okay, so you can mention this override annotation. So if you mention that one, then the users or programmers who are seeing this class will come to know, okay, this is not the overridden method. So this method is not available in your Domino's class, but this is available in your Domino's class. Okay. So this kind of information you can give using this annotation, and it is also useful. Say for example, if you are changing the method name here, okay, this method we have overridden, right? So if you change here, see, it will throw an error that it has been changed in the uh, uh, what is this parent class. Okay, but if you don't have this annotation, right, let's see, it will not throw. So it is useful if you are changing the method name, you will be identified, sorry, you will be intimated immediately if you use this override annotation. Okay, and that is one thing. And okay, let's change here to calculate bill, right? We'll change the method name, and in case if you are changing the signature, okay, if you remove this argument also, then also it will either it will throw an error here. Okay, see here, it is asking you to implement with int, three arguments, but if you remove this one, it will remove the error from the method. So this is the use of an override annotation. Okay, but even if you do not use the override annotation also, Java will take care because this is an inherited classes. So as I said, based on the memory allocation for which class you are doing, if you are doing for the child class, then it will run only this method. The method will override and it will run this method. Okay, if you create an reference for your parent class also, it will run only this one. But if you change the memory allocation to Domino's, and then it will go to this class file and it will run this one. Okay, so that's what we have seen till now, and this is called as an method overloading, sorry, method overriding in Java. I think you guys are clear with the concept now. Thanks for watching this video.